Rescue with two incredibly trained rescue puppies who need to find forever homes for this week's Adopt a Pal segment.
Yes.
Andrew, who do we have here today?
So we have here Pinky, and Pinky here is 11 weeks old. She's a rescue from Garden Hill, Manitoba. A nurse brought her back for us, and she's such a loving nature. She loves kisses and she loves treats like any dog.
Oh, yes.
And so Back to Pack, basically what we do is we train the dogs before rescuing them. We get their focus up, get that eye contact, my eyes, so that they can do command, shake a paw, good girl.
Wow.
And even things, and then we can upgrade it once you know how to communicate with the dog. Focus, ring the bell, good girl.
Wow.
So it's all about working on the focus of the dogs. And then Frost came here because he saw, we saw her go around. He saw her getting all the attention. And basically, it's not just about the tricks, but it's also about the socializing as well at down. And it's about teaching the clients as well and teaching them to adapt in their new family and teaching them how to properly potty train, roll over. Good girl.
Oh, good
girl. And food stay, eat.
And that's a huge thing, right? Especially with these rescue dogs who are coming in from sometimes a difficult background to really adjust to the family. The training can make a big difference. And who do we have here?
So this one is Frost. This one is a chubster. He loves food. He'll do almost anything for it. Let's see if he'll jump through the hula hoop. Jump, 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 jump. Show them, jump. Oh, that wasn't really a jump, but jump, 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 jump.
These are amazing.
And more of a walk. They're still working on their jumps, but you can.
Pretty fantastic, because it takes you how long to train them to be like this from the moment that they're rescued?
It takes about a month, but 2 weeks to actually train them with all of the commands, like sit, for example, like this, and then to do other things such as upgrading them to. From that, this is called shaping technique, and getting them to ring the bell.
Wow.
That takes a little bit longer, month and a half to solidify it.
Okay.
And it's not even about these tricks that are so important. It's more about getting them calm and focused, and especially in new environments. You have to remember they have never been in this environment before, and they're able to do these tricks. But it's about the communication, it's about using positive training, because the truth is, if I tried to dominate them and tried to say, hey, I'm the boss, then they'll get more confused and they won't want to do any tricks.
Which is, I think, what a lot of owners think that you have to do. You be very loud and commanding, but that doesn't always work with the dogs.
Exactly.
And so what would you say your top tip for animal lovers who have a pet would be?
Top tip is keeping dog social dynamics separate from humans. So let dogs play with dogs, but don't mix those, because, for example, you wouldn't be doing the same things a dog does to show dominance to a human. People would be calling the cops if we were putting our fiancés down to the side. It would look crazy. So it's really important that we don't mix those two things together and we keep them separate. And then that way we can get calm dogs and relax. And you have to remember, these dogs are only 11 weeks old, and you'll notice there's not really much barking or anything like that, because we're draining the mental energy, which is doing the training, and the physical energy, which is the playing right now, which is going to go up to a walk, which we do start leash training them next week. We always make sure to first train them with the basic commands and then move into leash training. That's another common mistake that most people do. They go straight into leash training, but that's more advanced training. And we talk about this more at Bark Lodge. I'm actually a trainer there, and we also rescue dogs because we love them.
Yeah, and there are so many dogs to be rescued, especially at this time of year. So if somebody wants to adopt one of these two sweethearts from Back to Pack, how can they do that with your rescue, Andrew?
They can go to www.backtopacrescue.ca. You can also follow us on our Instagram, Back to Pack Rescue Shelter, and our Facebook page, Back to Pack Rescue Shelter. And there you'll see all the videos. You'll see them doing a little better jumps than walking through, and going through the tunnel. And even this one says, I love you, which you can watch on you'll love it. You can watch it on one of our pins on Instagram. It's all about the communication. Once you learn to communicate properly with dogs, you're not going to have many problems.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And it is always amazing to watch your social media and you see how they develop over the weeks of training to become like this. So, Andrew Din, we always appreciate your
Thank
time.
you for having us. We love being here.
And I hope that you too find forever homes. You're so good and well behaved. Wow. We'll be right back here on Global News Morning to start off your week.